Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to LCK Summer 2019 playoffs. It is round 2, and it is 2-0 in favor for SKT. They are one game away from not only making it to the LCK final at the Tiger Dome, which is such a historic location, but also this is one game away from punching their ticket to Worlds. This will mean that Griffin and SKT will fight for the LCK title, but they will both be going to Worlds based on them both getting into the final and will have the most championship points even if they lose. So the final will all be about seeding if SKT can get over the line in this game.
Yeah, well, let's see what kind of a draft they're going to have in game number 3. I feel like both times now they've edged out victories.
I've got to spot the difference for you, though.
Yeah, okay.
What's the problem with this image right now? Just remember that DAMWON had side selection.
All right, well, DAMWON is on blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they chose to be on blue.
They want to go down with their colors.
God.
You see what's going on here?
Mm-hmm. Well, they wanted SKT to have their colors?
They saw the new poster for Rise of the Skywalker, and they think that if they're on blue side, they can rise up from the 0-2 deficit. Yeah, they didn't catch the memo.
All right, cool. I mean, I'm glad there was a Star Wars reference there, so I can get behind that. As okay, we're having a look at the bans here as the Aatrox, Qiyana, and the Xayah are banned away on DAMWON's side, and the Yuumi and Akali already taken off the board here on SKT's side. Vladimir banned again, and DAMWON, are they going to finally pick away the Sylas is the question, and the answer is yes. So already a decent change to how this draft has gone, despite side selection being slightly off. Ooh. And the Kai'Sa Renekton locked in instantly on SKT's side.
All right, now the Kai'Sa Renekton is going to be interesting. We saw this in game number 1 come out for DAMWON.
Yeah. As
an instant response lock-in.
And DAMWON are going to do the SKT thing. So, 3 out of the 5 champions that SKT just beat DAMWON with are now on their side of the rift. So, in theory, this is good for DAMWON.
Yeah, it definitely is. Oh, man, Renekton Elise. So, Kahn's been a little bit absent in some of the more recent games, but now it's looking like he could definitely be brought online here.
And not only that, but the Renekton's a flex pick. FLICKR showed that he's certainly happy to wield it in the mid lane as well, so SKT not showing all of their cards just yet, and wanting to hold on to Effort's pick for a little while longer. We were praising him for his champion pool in matches past, so of course not too worried about needing to dig into the depths just a little bit, and not those depths, because the Nautilus himself is going to be taken off the board. No big daddies this game, as the Jace is also banned away. Karma and Jace going to be the 2 bans here from SKT.
That does look like they're restricting the ability for DAMWON to try to get any sort of lane edges or lane neutralizers currently, as SKT, they're going to have to show, though,
they could just
where
pick
the Renekton potentially is going, but I do believe they should just pick a support here.
Yeah, shouldn't be too hard. And, you know, Brom's available if they want to go the boring route. But we'll see who's going to be up against Sir Thomas in this game. Ooh. And it's going to be a Pyke, so not boring at all. All right, we'll see whether Effort can share his bounty effectively from this support role. Oh man, SKT just upped the tempo so quickly with this one pick off, and now they're saving potentially Kahn or FLICKR's pick until after they've seen what DAMWON is going to be bringing to the table. Oh god,
what?
The nerfed Corki.
What are you
coming
doing?
In from ShowMaker. That's a gangplank there as well. A lot of Trinity forces coming out from these solo lanes. As DAMWON, I think they know something that we don't, LS, because Corki not in a great place right now, and that gangplank, it's a relatively tough matchup into the Crocodile, even if there are a couple of moments in the early levels where he can do some stuff. Often, it's just a pirate getting eaten by a crocodile. Nico going to be locked in here by FLICKR. There is no doubt in my mind he's going to be going into the mid lane with this champion. It has lost for the first time, actually, just recently, but he is still the best Nico player that we have here in the LCK.
Europe, going to Europe is SKT. That was what the sign was referring to as. I mean, this team composition is really brutal. I don't know what DAMWON was thinking when they just final picked the Gangplank and the Corki. Now, the GP, obviously, with his W, able to remove the Elise Cocoon, but the problem is that Renekton's right there to chain it into another CC. So even though it allows for some outplay potential, Renekton Elise can have a field day, potentially, up in top lane. And it really just looks like DAMWON's sort of accepted defeat. They chose really late-game scalers, but they give up all sort of lane control.
It's a really scary situation. Nico picked into the Corki there as well. It's not going to be an advantage for ShowMaker there in the mid lane. FLICKR should still be able to be just fine, get to his item spikes exactly how he wants to, and control this map with the Glacial Augment, as well as his fantastic use of the passive of the Nico. At least Renekton needs no introduction. And they can even play through bottom side on SKT's side. I mean, you can bone skewer into a cocoon very effectively, misplace your opponents, and lock down kills. SKT poised to punch their ticket to Worlds and to the LCK final. Let's see if they can in Game 3. Entirety of LoL Park in full voice here, as SKT fans can feel the World Championship berth is just around the corner from this game. That's going to be a face check. ShowMaker, that's going to be first blood so quickly. 2 extra assists there as well, and the game got so hard for Nuguri so quickly.
Oh, man. Well, this is going to be a Renekton starting with, I'm going to assume, a longsword.
Or Ruby Crystal.
Or Ruby.
No, longsword. The decision, I like that more.
With a pot.
Yeah. Extra potion, extra
I had to leak
damage. Yeah, you did. You leaked the script so hard.
LS, aka longsword. You know, it go.
I mean, there is an argument for Ruby Crystal instead.
No, there's not.
No?
No. I'm kidding, there is.
Aw, thanks. I feel legitimized.
I think you're smart.
Oh, well, Canyon...
Oh, not like this.
Yeah, another Bone Skewer is going to land, but the rest of the members of DAMWON are going to move on in here. BeryL's going to go down, though.
What are they doing, man?
This is such a big deal. DAMWON look to have mentally exited LoL Park at this stage of the game, and this stage is 1.5 minutes. They're going to lose their red buff. They're going to lose the life of the Tahm Kench. And Nuguri is wondering what the heck happened to make this crocodile have an extra item coming out of the fountain at the beginning of the game.
I mean, the other thing also is that Nuguri, he's opening with Sapphire Crystal with refillable, so...
And he's also taken the Klepto. As Kahn...
Is this real?
This could just be the... Yeah. He's just dead. That's...
Someone better get Twitch on the line. TOS is. I'd like to report a murder. I don't know. What is he doing?
Okay. Well, he's gonna flash forward. He's looking for it. He does have the passive there. Wants another Q. Gonna find it. It's not enough damage. As the 2-0 Crocodile is gonna go home and teleport back with a lot of stuff. He does only have 5 CS, so I guess. It's not a gigantic purchase that he's going to be able to grab here, but the boots, the brown bags come in, refillable potion, and a control ward. And man, this is a 1.6k gold lead at 3 minutes.
You know what? Words don't do it justice. Let's just take it in one more time.
Yeah, that's what happens when you take the W first. And Nuguri doesn't have any... I mean, he could have flashed in theory, but I guess he understands that Kahn just flashes after him at that stage.
I mean, what he's trying to do by pathing down to the river is he's trying to make Kahn believe that Canyon's right there and that Kahn would just be donking off a kill.
Yeah.
But Kahn didn't buy it. And so the lane state is obviously very awkward. Taste of Blood, Ravenous Hunter is on the GP. So with the Kleptomancy, the Sapphire start converts mana into HP by using the W and whatnot, but top lane is...
you can't convert mana really into HP if you have 0 HP, though. That's the
That is weird. It's weird how that works, right?
Yeah.
Very strange.
Well, Canyon, 7-1 so far on his Silas, and ShowMaker 8-1 on the Corki, but already giving up that first blood is ShowMaker. He's unsealed the spellbook but also feels like he unsealed SKT's restraints from heading to Worlds. Where do we camps next to each other here on DAMWON and SKT's side?
Clid. Very bold.
Yeah. Wanders over, takes some chickens, easy peasy.
Uh-oh.
They might be meeting topside though.
This isn't the best lane manipulation, actually. Definitely a little bit awkward because it's a slow push into Nuguri. So if he crashes the wave right now, oh, they're also going to know that he's in Crom. Ooh, will Clid go for the steal? He has Smite.
Oh, I don't actually think that he moved over to see the Crom.
I think he doesn't want to give away.
Oh my goodness.
No.
It's a bit of a disaster here, but SKT are going to fully commit. The Cocoon is going to land. And Kahn was tanking the turret, slices, dices, gets out. Canyon's going to be here, but the turret plates are not. FLICKR turning up in the nick of time, and they are going to smash down this lane. Nuguri is their target, and it feels like mentally the game has been won by SKT extraordinarily early into this one.
I get it. DAMWON, they heard that there was no more PvE modes, and so they just wanted Gangplank to die one more time.
Aha.
You see?
Yeah, got it.
That's what they're doing here.
Well, do you know what Kahn has? He has double the gold that the Gangplank has.
He's taking such a cautious route.
Yeah. Look at the walk is so nonchalant, but I feel like it's absolutely off-brand as to how this game has been going.
Oh, man.
Nuclear, the Heartseeker Varus on the bottom side. He's doing what he can here against Effort and Teddy. Canyon turns up as well. There's some opportunities here to possibly get some work done, but Clid shadowing pretty nicely, heading towards Bertha.
Well, Lost Chapter already completed for FLICKR in the mid lane as Clid is running down there with Moby Boots.
Yep, Boneskewer going to come in, but the Devour immediately comes out. Clid says, all right, well, now you're not going to be able to save Nuclear. Flashing forward, they are going to get the Tahm Kench stunned up, but BeryL is pretty healthy. Max range on the Abscond is now Canyon in trouble. Another Boneskewer. Kingslayer ain't going to do it for you, mate. That's not enough. And now BeryL completely out of mana. Effort trying to turn it around, and the deep water dive is there. The flash forward. Teddy grabs another one, and he's going to be handed BeryL on a silver platter. Catfish for dinner, thank you very much. The Spider Lady's going to grab it, but SKT are 7-0, heading towards perfect game territory here, and a 13.6 thousand gold lead 7 minutes into the game.
I don't really know what to say, Atlas. I just want to throw that out there. That
yeah, look, man, this is a tough one to watch, right? Feels like DAMWON barely turned their computers on moving into this. After that level 1, after Nuguri just throwing himself at Kahn. Another opportunity now for Kahn as there's not enough oranges in the world to save this Gangplank.
He doesn't care anymore. That's actually what we're witnessing.
And Kahn didn't have flash. Nuguri had his. After the slice dice, Nuguri could have flashed and he would have survived.
The DAMWON players have mentally checked out of the game. They're still behind us, but...
Yeah, he actually legitimately checked there, guys. That's the amount of worry that we have, because this is not what we want to see out of a team that I know a lot of people were very excited
I don't even...
to go to Worlds, right? And FLICKR just catching ShowMaker out here. That's why he wasn't able to get any teleports happening.
The thing about this teleport that was so bizarre, maybe we'll see it actually in this replay, is Clid comes in here, he gets the Cocoon onto BeryL, and then Canyon lands a max range knock-up onto Clid. Just watch this teleport as well. The fight's concluded. There's no way for Corki, even if that teleport finishes, that he can add any value to the trade. All that he would do is stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
And so, if you're SKT, FLICKR pushing in mid, FLICKR's going to get plates, FLICKR's going to get minion wave, XP, whatnot. Corki's just going to blow a teleport. Then we come up into top lane, and I mean...
Ow. Yeah.
I didn't,
This is Kahn smurfing against Nuguri, and
we're going to get a mature audiences tab here on this game.
Yep, I know you're always concerned about the TOS and whether we're crossing lines and things like that, and so far, I think our commentary is the least of the worries. I think the massacre happening in this playoff match, in the deciding match that will bring SKT to the World Championship. DAMWON not having too much of an opportunity here. They will be probably the very top of the World's Gauntlet run. In fact, they will But
oh, now Clid doesn't have...
Okay, he's just going to hop on over, make a visit over to ShowMaker as Pop Blossom comes in, lands onto 3. Killer Instinct right into the backline as Kahn's turned up as well. Canyon hijacked one, but he couldn't get in there. Effort diving on forward, gets himself the stun. And we're delivering gold to everyone on SKT's side. Effort 2-0-6 now on the Pike. Not a perfect game. DAMWON were able to get one back onto Clid. But that's the only thing that they can be happy about. It is a 6,000 gold lead, well 5.5. That's basically 6, and SKT get themselves an Infernal Drake. Quickshot
AD.
finally happy about it. 16.
16 AD for Kaisa.
Damn, that ain't bad.
Quite nice.
And she's got dual scaling as well.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
It's very nice. Very excellent here. As, I mean, coming back into the live game, another Infernal is spawning. So
we finally the quick stats are coming into fruition.
If one wasn't enough to really spice things up, I mean, take a look at this. Pop Blossom comes in, catches everyone. Teddy comes in with the Kaisa ultimate. Death from below. Effort able to help his teammates clean up that catfish right there.
Yeah, wasn't able to get the second reset, but I think beggars can't be choosers in that particular point in time. Things going pretty well here for SKT.
Now, one of the things I want to talk about is in leading up to this game number 3, one of the things that I mentioned is that DAMWON looked pretty good when you consider who's going to really give them an issue in the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Vying for the 3rd seed at Worlds because SKT...
And they have to win one best of 5.
They just have to win one best of 5. Now, the thing I'm worried about, though, is that losing a best of 5 in this manner, leading up to that gauntlet, it's one of those types of series that can really cause a lot of problems within a team.
Yeah.
At the end of this, how do they walk away from it? Is there a lot of blaming? Or you did this badly, or we should have done it like this, or I should have...
Yeah, why didn't you do that?
Why didn't you do that? And could it end up meaning that DAMWON has a downfall and even loses out in the gauntlet? How they bounce back from this series is going to be really, really important because I just can't imagine a universe where they bounce back in this game.
Well, this game is basically over. It's one of the most over games that we've had so far, and I'm very surprised that it's here in this series. Not as surprised that it's a game number 3 like this. This is where all the pressure is in. This is a new team still on the side of DAMWON. You could imagine that Coach Kim has certainly got some words planned for these guys as this one finishes. A lot of mental resets going to be necessary. The World's Gauntlet is going to be in, you know, a couple of weeks' time. We've got LCK Finals to come in a week, and then after that will be the World's Gauntlet before the promotion tournament as SKT are closing in on Nuguri. This turret is extremely low. He's trying to keep the minion wave away, but this should be a dead pirate. No cocoons necessary. The turret's going to go down next. Big assists coming in from the Pike as well, who gets the reset. Ooh. And now we're pushing even further forward. 12-1 in kills, 7,000 gold, the lead, and 12.5 minutes on the clock.
Will we potentially have the fastest game in LCK history?
Well, that would be certainly pretty good for SKT, because what the time to beat is their own.
No. I don't mean in League of Legends. I mean...
In LCK?
In LCK.
Okay.
I believe Jinair captured that moment.
I can't quite remember.
This summer split, I do think so. I think it was like a 21-minute, 49-second game. I'm not quite Papa Smithy, okay? I can't pull these facts out.
Yeah, no.
Papa's
pretty good at that. As Canyon is pretty good at finding a crocodile, and Kahn pretty good at not caring about that at all. He's looking for a Q to come back. Slice dice, he does die. In the mid lane, however, FLICKR is going to be able to lock down the kill onto the Corki. The Elise helping him out there as Clid does have to flash. As DAMWON have found themselves at least a few of their sea legs. It's not their pirate, ironically, but he's now looking to try and pressure this SKT away and may actually just die. He did find the flash, but he's also going to find himself dying. Oh, Pop Blossom going to be enough. Effort grabs it with the Ignite in the end. And despite them finding the kill onto Kahn, Nuguri still finds a way to die.
Effort has 3 kills right now, but I don't believe any of them are the Pike kills, right?
No, 2 of them are.
2 of them are?
Yeah.
Thought no, he missed on Tom.
He missed on Tom, but that was a reset. And so he got the first one.
Okay.
And then
so the kill score on Pike is misleading right now.
It
for
is.
the viewers.
It is about like 7 or something like that as far as gold gained for his team. As Canyon was able to grab this kill. That's great. Red buff working out there. As ShowMaker collects the Cocoon after the Valkyrie. Decent use of that one. Pop Blossom, though, is going to lock down the Corki kill.
FLICKR able to stroll away. And now coming back into live right now. BeryL just wandering about in bottom. This next Infernal Dragon, it's going to go the way of SKT.
Oh, really? You have to look at the script for that?
No.
Come on, man. This game is in a scenario
Trying
where
to be punctual here.
It's likely that SKT are going to win. I don't think you need the script anymore. You read out the outcome of this series very quickly, and it looks like you've leaked it to DAMWON because they've stopped being able to do too much to stop the outcome that we did allude towards at the beginning of this series. SKT had so much momentum, and despite DAMWON looking so good against SKT over this year, the entirety of 2019, it has been 9-5 in favor of DAMWON starting off. Even in the Kesper Cup, denying them a finals berth against Griffin.
This is very adorable. They're digging their own grave.
Well, SKT are going to help them. Down to about half health here as top laners are teleporting in. We'll see who's going to actually be able to make this one work, though. Dominus immediately popped as Kahn dives into the back line. Good Devour comes in. I believe that denied the death from below, but Nuclear should still be dying here. He flashes, keeps himself alive for the moment as finally FLICKR locks down the first kill. It's 1 for 1, though, as the Elise is going to fall off the back end. Double kill as FLICKR completes that. And now Kahn, he's able to just wander around. Looks like Catfish has been on the menu all day. And SKT will move over and grab themselves an Infernal Drake. Jungler or no jungler.
They're going to pick up this Drake. They're also going to get the Skull Crab. That's a nice little victory right there as FLICKR taps both.
Yep. 4-0-4, FLICKR not found. It's ShowMaker over to the side, looking to try and get a steal with a rocket or something like that, but a stray rocket not going to be enough to stop the onslaught.
1480 off the second one.
Ooh, not bad.
There you go.
Kai'Sa doing better, though, in the first one. So
yeah.
Let's have a look at this fight once again.
As Kahn actually, he goes in right into the backline, and Clid and Effort actually take massive amounts of damage. Teddy is separated from the fight almost entirely as he's busy fighting Sir Thomas on the right-hand side. Effort helping FLICKR.
Effort's Pike has looked so
yeah, it's
good
very
this
clean.
game.
It is extremely, extremely clean.
I feel like DAMWON's mistakes have sort of overshadowed some of the great plays that SKT have been able to make this game, which is a bit unfortunate. Sometimes you have to talk about the main issue with how these things are going. We have to remember that this is a very young team, etc., etc. But
smiling. He looks like he was laughing right there on his player cam. Maybe he's not actually in that bad of spirits.
Well, sometimes all you can do. We laugh to keep from crying, you know, things like that. Good snare landing onto Nuclear.
Oh.
It's FLICKR. Oh, takes a couple of turret shots. Shoots him with a Super Soaker, though.
Ooh.
Blight. Yeah, Blighted Quiver. Stacked up onto FLICKR is going to mean that Piercing Arrow does do a fair bit of damage there. And SKT now should be freely able to knock down this outer turret in the mid lane. Demolish Brock is certainly going to secure it, as now Canyon lying in wait. Effort going to be spotted. Scrying Ward working out there, but DAMWON moving through their own jungle, trying to clear out vision. Canyon going to get bone skewered, and the red buff is going to go down. FLICKR, in the meantime, just going to be destroying the bottom outer turret. Free extra 300 gold, and we're very close to a 10,000 gold lead before 20 minutes has elapsed. So SKT not going to be winning before that 16-minute mark that we'd prefer not to think about. However, this is still a game that's going to be quite difficult for the SK Telecom roster to not close out. Now, 2 items already done for FLICKR as well. He is huge this game.
You want to hear about a game that it would be nice to freeze? It would be this one.
Oh, yeah.
For SKT.
Just because make DAMWON have to come to you?
Make DAMWON have to come to you, demand that they break it, because there's still 2.5 minutes until the next neutral objective comes up. And DAMWON are not in a position to overextend on the map or try to invest any resources into vision.
Yep. A reminder, this does secure the World's Gauntlet. We know exactly who's going to be playing. If SKT are able to win this game, it means World's Gauntlet will be a FLICKR taking on Kingzone. Kingzone with side selection And then the winner of that will play Sandbox, and the winner of that will play DAMWON as the 1v1 on the bottom side. FLICKR not actually finding it too well, but the Pop Blossom's going to turn it all around. He found all of his buttons, and the Pirate is no more. I tried to word that like there was a chance for Nuguri there just to keep the excitement up.
Some of these fights they are looking a little bit closer than one might expect, given all the advantages on the side of SKT.
Chain lash there from Canyon. Fair bit of damage onto Effort, but he's going to go underwater in the middle of the lane and get that health back. Passive pretty strong here for the Pyke as Canyon moving on over. So much deep vision here for SKT. DAMWON just can't enter their own jungle. Canyon, this is not the Silas game that we wanted. There's our Shape Splitter going to get FLICKR in here. That is not Kai'Sa. That is in fact the Nico. The turret's going to go down.
He's quite good at it.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's actually the best at it. As far as utilizing the passive, I think FLICKR really set himself apart by his navigation of that particular use of the Nico. It's not super necessary right now because all of SKT's members are about as terrifying as each other.
Taking a look at this 1v1 replay. This is like David versus Goliath, but Goliath wins as FLICKR. He's up 2 levels, 2 Infernal Dragons. And there's just not really that much Nuguri can do.
He died before the Pop Blossom damage went off. That was a Pop Blossom thrown out for the half-necessary shield. That's about it.
Well, this is going to be the 3rd Infernal Dragon.
Wow.
To cremate DAMWON here.
When it rains, it pours, I guess, which is probably the opposite reference that I should make to an Infernal Drake. But that is the cliche. ShowMaker barely avoiding. Now, Clid moving in, will find the Cocoon. Bone Skewer is going to land as well. Thomas is going to go down so quickly, but does keep himself alive. FLICKR off to the side. Now Clid over to the Infernal Drake. Teddy going to help him out. This is going to very comfortably go the way of SKT. Kahn on the bottom side, feeling like a scaling Renekton right now. 6, 1, and 5, and has both of the items that he wants. He's a GA away from being optimal Renekton far earlier than he needed to be.
Well, it does look like SKT, they can just take the Baron at will at this point.
3 Infernals and an 11,000 gold lead.
Even if, I mean, Gangplank, he can cast his ultimate on it. Sure, it'll stall SK Telecom for a brief period of time, but then they'll just restart it. Gangplank won't have the ult available, and then it becomes all too easy. This is a 10,000 gold lead at 22 minutes with triple Infernal Dragon.
As far as like statistics are concerned, if SKT spend all of their gold and have the Infernal Drakes, it's more like a 20,000 gold lead. It's insane.
It's really bonkers.
Whoa.
We don't get to see stuff like this all that often.
Yeah, not only that, but they have literally everyone that uses Infernal Drake very well. Like even Pyke, one of the highest damage supports that you can have in the game. And Clid as well on the Elise. Burst damage jungle is certainly going to be very happy about that. So it's 100% bad to worse for DAMWON. And we can only hope that they can reset their mental moving into the World's Gauntlet. And SKT just looking like a step ahead of everyone else so far in this Gauntlet run.
I mean, SKT, they do look like they're playing this extremely safe, just to guarantee 100%. Now they're going to start the Baron. Clid's not there, so maybe DAMWON isn't even getting a sense that this might be happening. But the real tragedy would be a Gangplank ult coming in and stealing the Baron.
We're going to need a 7,000 range smite, I think, in order for DAMWON to contest this in any way. As ShowMaker's going to make his way over.
Clid is actually there.
Yep, and it was relatively slow, as ShowMaker is at least going to get hit momentarily. FLICKR, that's a Shape Splitter, as now Clid is in trouble. The flash forward from ShowMaker, but the Glacial Augment. Oh, not enough. Piercing Arrow is going to be there as Kahn's found 4 people off the back line. He's going to have to dice to get himself over the wall. He does so. Effort dashing to try and get out of the way. Canyon looks for the death from below. This could be a triple kill, but it's not. He gets snared, and he gets Blooming Bursted. Now we're looking for empowered recalls. SKT. All right, Killer Instinct by Canyon. Yeah, Slayer's there, but he's just dead. He got through the shield, so shout-outs for that. But Teddy is very strong.
Man.
We've got a flanking teleport coming in from both the top laner and the mid laner. Shape Splitter's in. There's the Pop Blossom. Doesn't actually land on anyone, though. Super Soaker goes out, finds the snare and a Nuguri on the back line, but it's just not enough. Death from below's there. Boom, boom, boom. Even the minion wave's going to suffer here as effort just rains down the Terror, and SKT are going to continue moving forward. All too easy.
That's going to be the end of the game. This should surely be able to be a Doom push, even though ShowMaker...
He's doled out a fair bit of money, yeah?
He's doing an okay job.
Impressed, no?
I'm impressed.
Oh, we did it. We got LS to be impressed by the end of the series at least, but not by DAMWON. This was all SKT this whole series long.
Really playing it super safe.
Yeah, they break open the base here. They are considering going for a Cloud Drake in a minute and a half with the reset. 2 minutes on the Baron. They will have a bit more time to utilize it. 6-0-7 here for FLICKR's Nico.
All right, well. Taking a look at this highlight one more time. Teleport came in from FLICKR. Couldn't quite find the ultimate, but it didn't matter. Death from below. Able to get so many kills for the SKT team composition. I mean, the gold score at the top, we don't need to keep talking about it. It's just going to be SKT.
It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, guys, is what it is. Don't get too alarmed by its size. It's just that DAMWON are very far behind at this point, okay?
Well, they hit their 2 item spikes, okay?
They did. I mean, they're expensive 2 items as well. But I just don't know whether it's going to be enough LS. I have a feeling SKT can close this one out. They are so extraordinarily far ahead. Shape Splitter once again. It's a decent bone skewer, but the Cocoon is going to miss onto BeryL. Just for that one pick-off for SKT, just to ride this one all the way home. Lots of opportunities to get these picks as well on SKT's side. They've got the snare coming in from the Nico as well as any random Cocoon. As that's the bone skewer. The other option is ShowMaker taking a fair bit of damage, but that wasn't the real FLICKR. Gorky's going to be okay. Kahn was on the bottom side. And now just trying to play aggressively here, moving out of the way of the barrels as there's the package. It's delivered over to the Crocodile, who is going to go gold. And SKT, can they actually find their way in? There's the Killer Instinct. And we're looking for ShowMaker. We'll find him as well as Teddy. 1 versus 3 in the backline. Sacrifices himself, but I think he did enough damage there as Nuguri, the last man standing. And FLICKR with a Pop Blossom is going to say goodnight to DAMWON. They wanted to go home and get an early one in preparation for next week's final because SKT is going to be there. LCK final, SKT versus Griffin. DAMWON barely showing up in game number 3. But SKT, that is so many games in a row. 7 in a row. Through these playoffs, the Gauntlet buff has made this team into a monster. They have now qualified for the World Championship as well. The LCK final will be for seeding at Worlds between Griffin and SKT. So congratulations, making it to the final, doing it once again, running the full gauntlet. This is the SK Telecom that we wanted to see, that we were so surprised about losing at the beginning of the summer season. And now, after this, you can't help but just think this is the SKT that we wanted to see, representing the LCK in 2019. That's a very happy Kahn.
Well, he showed up big in game number 3, even though the start was a little, bit surprising.
Should we discuss how that game went?
Let's not talk about game number 3. Game number 3...
I think we want to talk about the results of game number 3.
Now, the other really cool thing about this, though, is this is the year SKT returns to Worlds.
Yeah.
They missed out on it last year. But then in addition to this, Korea is sending 2 really big powerhouse teams to Worlds. I don't feel like Korea has ever sent a massive lineup to Worlds in recent years, even the years that they've won it.
Yeah.
As strong as 2 of the teams are that are going to be sent for this year.
And you're saying that with 2017 being Korea versus Korea in the final.
Yeah.
But still, I actually have to agree with you. I think that Griffin looking in like fantastic form. We are going to find out for sure at the final in a week's time.
And if DAMWON joins them, I mean, that's probably Korea's strongest lineup that I personally feel
DAMWON
that they've
doesn't
set.
turn up.
Yeah, game number 3 DAMWON doesn't turn up.
I do not want this to happen again. And this is actually going to be lingering in a lot of people's minds. What happens when DAMWON are under too much pressure? When these young guns are unfortunately outmatched, and then it gets into their head, under their skin, and they can't bounce back. Because resiliency is how SKT have dominated this gauntlet so easily. And also how the best teams in the world continue to stay that good. And it was SKT today. It was a game number 3 without a DAMWON. Basically, they pretty much started packing up their keyboards. And that's sometimes what happens when SKT get off to a run like this. They're a very intimidating squad to go up against mentally. So DAMWON, they weren't there. Not in game 3.
I got a script for you.
Yeah.
It's either going to be a FLICKR or DAMWON.
Well, this is what I was thinking, right? Is that a FLICKR is actually the team that's given SKT the biggest run for their money.
Yeah.
That actually was a bit of a coin flip towards the end of that first series.
FLICKR has been very up and down in summer.
Yeah.
But their roster is really, really scary. And when they're on, I mean, they can definitely show up.
Could we have back-to-back gauntlets being run? That could happen, right? From lowest seed in the gauntlet to the winner of the whole thing. SKT will have to beat Griffin for their Cinderella story in the gauntlet to come true. But then, a FLICKR, if they potentially do it, back-to-back full-ran gauntlets, that'd be a crazy outcome for an already absolutely insane LCK season.
Wait a minute, hold on. Second seed always goes into groups with first seeds from other regions, right?
Yes.
Then SKT has to get second seed.
So they can be in the G2 group.
Griffin's gonna win finals. Wow. I got it right here.
No, I wanted to speculate for a little bit before you took all thoughts of chance out of it.
This is actually the world script.
Okay.
I'm just throwing that out there, okay?
Let's try not to watch this too much. I don't want to get re-sad.
I don't know if these...
You know, re-sad when you react to something already, but then you see it again, and you're like, oh, now I'm sad all over again.
This isn't a... this is not highlights. These are last rites that we're actually witnessing right here.
Is there anything you would like to say, Nuguri? And he's like, nope, not a flash, not nothing. Just dead.
All right. Well, there were some moments where it might have looked like DAMWON were going to be able to turn some things around, but you could just see by the choices that they were making. Like the teleport there was...
What teleport?
Well, it was canceled by FLICKR, but even had it come through, it was a really poor decision, nonetheless. And DAMWON was making a lot of really poor decisions in the early stages of the game, and SK Telecom, they were all too quick to punish them. And this was really nice Spiderling play by Clid. He managed to live and even get the flash out of ShowMaker that you don't get to see on the left side of the clip.
Yep. And that's going to be the resets coming in for Effort there as well, doling out a bit of extra cash to his team. I loved seeing the Pyke out of Effort. He was fantastic on that pickup as well, alongside Bang. That was when they were playing the Morgana Pyke on the bottom side of the map. Effort was our big Pyke player. Before we realized we didn't really have a big Pyke player after being piked in those games at MSI.
Well, this was the team fight that was a lot closer than it probably should have been. Some people were probably getting a little bit nervous, thinking, well, SKT, you have such a massive advantage. Why is this looking as close as it is? But in the end, it didn't matter. SKT, they edged it out. Here was the 1v1 between Gangplank and Nico.
Yep, and this is the Pop Blossom used to get a bit of a shield that he didn't need. Just did a bit more damage than he otherwise would have expected, and I loved this play out of SKT. FLICKR tricking them all, making them feel like it was a crocodile, but instead it was the Pop Blossom making its way in, and that didn't land, but honestly, you only need about 25% of your abilities to hit the mark. And when you're this far ahead, like SKT was, you're able to still win. And yeah, Pretty self-explanatory, a little bit sad for DAMWON fans, but certainly exactly the kind of run that you want it to be starting on if you're an SKT fan. And congratulations for making it to Worlds. They missed out on 2018. We missed out on the finals, the World Championship, when it was in Korea as well. SKT still frustrated about that, but now they will definitely be representing as either our first or our second seed, based on how the LCK final goes next weekend at the Tiger Dome. Historic location and also historic moment for SKT fans now that they have guaranteed their spot back at the World Championships after missing out in 2018.
It's going to be an exciting final, hopefully, between Griffin and SKT. I'm expecting a lot more out of it than the match that they just played against DAMWON. But Griffin, they've always been a little bit shaky when they've had time off, but we're going to head to an MVP interview. Effort picking it up here in game number 3.
Yeah, I believe I gave it to, I can't even remember. Everyone played pretty well on the side of SKT, but Effort with his deep water dives and the deaths from below was certainly making things happen. Landed almost every drive skewer as well.
Yeah, he really did. It was actually quite, he was putting on a clinic. That's
he was.
Dr. Pike.
And this was the guy that was pretty out of it in the FLICKR series, and now turning that all around to be our man of the match for the final one against DAMWON, heading into the final against Griffin as well. That is exactly what you want for a young player.
Put in the effort.
Thankfully, we are going to be moving towards the MVP interview with SKT. They're getting pretty used to these ones, LS, because it's been days after days, and it's always been SKT. So let's throw it over to Ji-sun for some translation.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Ji-sun with the interview translation, and we'll be hearing from the whole SKT players and also the head coach, Goma. So, Goma, since you joined, how do you feel about this win today? With this victory, we made it to Worlds and also the finals. So it's a really valuable victory over here. I'm really happy. In the pre-match interview, well, I heard a lot of the players were actually suffering from this tight schedule. So did you give any special advice to the players? For today, we were feeling actually really comfortable. Regardless of the results, I just wanted the players not to be emotional in game. They really did pull it off really well, so I'm really thankful for my players for executing it in the games really well. And today, I want to start the talk with Effort. How was today's match overall? Are you satisfied? Today, all the players were doing a great job, so I was just doing my role comfortably. Nice smile on you, Effort. And Teddy. So DAMWON, you guys were very behind in terms of match history. What was the focal point in terms of preparing today's match? There were a lot of games where DAMWON was able to turn the game around, so we wanted to focus in the mid and late game. Kahn, the most hyped matchup would be the top lane matchup with you and Nuguri. So how was your laning phase up against him? Well, no one was like outstanding. Both of us was doing their role perfectly, and maybe we were able to get the better results. In game number 1, FLICKR picked up the MVP, and you were really controlling all over the map. So we have this highlight where SKT got the game in their hands. So let's take a look at it. So you guys already took down Kahn, but you guys once again camped in the brush. So who kind of planned that? Well, DAMWON Gaming was feeling a lot of pressure in terms of vision, so it was not even planned. We were just waiting all together for the play. So after that victory in game number 1, moving on to game number 2 and also game 1, Clid, your performance on Silas was on pick as well. And you got the MVP on Silas in game 2. which is undefeated in Summer Split so far. So we have this highlight near the Baron for game 1. So you stole the Kiana ultimate. Was that planned or calculated? Yeah, that was the perfect spot to use the ultimate. So I was able to get that kind of a montage moment. So with that game 1 victory, you guys also got the game 2 victory as well. And moving on to game number 3, it was very, very dominant. Actually, the game was over starting from the invade phase. Was that all planned? Yes, well, we all planned for it before we went in. Well, some of the things were impromptu, but mostly it was planned. And the Pyke support was very interesting as well. Was that prepared for today? Well, Pyke is counter for Tomkench. So we were thinking of going for Pyke when the opponent locks in Tomkench. After that, the bot lane was able to keep rolling on the snowball. So we have this highlight here. Well, DAMWON also trying to fight back for this. Well, Tomkench didn't have Devour, but we saw Sylas for a backup, so we tried to back a little bit. But we were focusing on Sylas because he had no flash, but we saw the teleport coming in. But it was cancelled, so I was just like keep going in. So that was a great play-by-play commentating from Teddy. Thanks to FLICKR, you guys were able to make that super play. I saw Ulyss doing a kill steal over there. And Teddy said he was also worried for that. I think my team is too harsh on me. So with this perfect performance, SKT got a 3-0 victory. Your momentum in the playoffs is really scary. I think all the players and all the team is happy right now, right? What was the hardest thing that happened during the preparation? Any obstacles or anything that players are working really hard on? I mean, all the pro players, they are always working hard. So I'm just want to say thank you for all the players who have been doing such a great job in this tight schedule. And also Zefa, Fly, our coaching staff. And also the other players, the 6-men in our team, Crazy, Haru, Mara, Gori. I'm sorry, not effort. Leo. Leo and Mara, we are just doing such a hard work on the 5v5 scrims or drafts. So all of the teams, all of the squad are putting in so much effort. But at the same time, we are not there yet. We still have finals to go. So I just want them to keep up the hard work, and I also want to say thank you for everybody. So, the final up against Griffin is on the way. I bet you guys really want the back-to-back trophy. Any resolution going into the finals? We started from the bottom, the wildcard series. So, all the staff members in our team was doing such a great work for our conditions. They were like buying us great dinners, and also we only have 1 day to go, 1 step away. So I wanna end the split with great results. And Clid? So we are on a winning streak since the wildcard series. So I just want to keep it going to the finals. And warm round of applause for Clid, please. And FLICKR, captain of SK Telecom. As a leader, any message for the teams? Well, we somehow made it to the finals. And before the playoffs, I did say going to Worlds is not my goal. Being the LCK champion is my goal. So I will do my best to win the finals next week. And Teddy, would you like to add on to that? Well, somehow we were doing a great job. We are on a winning streak and we're at finals. Well, as we started from the bottom, it's gonna be really frustrating to lose in the finals, so I will do my best. You are the Spring Split final MVP, or do you have your eyes on it again? I think FLICKR and all the other players are so good right now, so I don't know. I wonder who will be ending up picking up the MVP in the finals. And lastly, effort. We had a very tough journey on our way to the finals, so we're just gonna make the best value out of it and win the finals. Once again, congratulations on the win and wish you the best of luck in the finals up against Griffin at the Hwajeong Tiger Dome. And this will be the end of the interview with SKT players and head coach Goma, and I'm gonna pass it back to our casters. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ji-san, for your interview translation as usual. A little bit earlier than we otherwise would have expected that interview translation. I think a lot of people were expecting this one to go a little bit longer. We were pretty outspoken with the 3-0 based on the form, but we know that the potential that DAMWON has is very high, but LS's script has not let anyone down before.
It
wasn't about to today.
Yeah. And you know what, if DAMWON, if they keep playing like that, it's not going to be a script for them.
No, they're going to be off the script.
They're going to be off the script.
And in fact, that is going to be one best-of-5 series. It's whoever wins their way forward and gets towards DAMWON Gaming in that Worlds qualifier. Still, the 3rd seed is available. The team that is going to be representing Korea in the play-in stage, in fact.
Well,
at the World Championships, but this is it. SKT 2-1, rocky start, you might say, but it was smooth sailing through Sandbox Gaming and DAMWON, our newly promoted 2019 teams. And now Griffin await SKT in the final once again. And look, you'll have to check the dates on your scripts because I know the script from the spring season.
I'm not going to leak the final results.
Okay, you're not going to leak that one?
Until the final.
All right, so you're going to leak that one before the final goes live. That's the theory?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, this was a very, very fast best-of-5. I'm still trying to gather my thoughts together, LS, because honestly, I wasn't expecting DAMWON to roll over that quickly. And SKT look this incredibly dominant. Does this mean another 3-0 in the final? I mean, with all scripts aside,
yeah.
What is your heart saying? What is your feeling about this SKT?
Never go off my heart.
No, you don't?
Nope.
You're just a robot inside there?
I wish.
Like, unless we're talking about Pokemon or some random memes, then there's just
Tom.
no heart involved. Or Tom Kench, of course.
Tom Kench.
Yes, okay.
I have a lot of heart for Tom.
Okay, so is Tom Kench going to be picked in the final?
I hope not.
No.
Probably be abused like he just was in that last game.
Oh, no.
That was a well-done catfish, I'll tell you that much.
That was certainly a well-done catfish.
We're going to have to call Gordon Ramsay in here.
It was a real rough one, but what is not going to be is the final. So we'll see you there in a week's time, ladies and gentlemen. For now, good night.
You take me higher when I feel low. Make my world brighter when I'm alone. I keep on rolling, all with your fuel. You're like my gasoline that makes my dream come true. I'm feeling
혼란, 카오스, 역대급 혼전이라고 읽을 수 있을 만한 상황.
역대급 암호를 찍다. 역대급 시즌입니다. 역대 원탑 SK 이런 적이 있었나요? 연약사 1위가 맨날 바뀌어요. 맨날. 아 정말 역대급 SK예요. 멜레버버. 역대급 결승전을 시작하겠습니다.
This place won't grind me